Hello everyone, students. Today we are going to discuss the topic. Topic is about environmental communication and public awareness. Student, what is communication? Tell me. What I am doing to you? Is that the way I'm interacting with you is the part of the communication? Yes, it is a part of the communication. Communication means yes, right things are coming into your mind. Communication means when we communicate our things to others. It is known as the communication. And what students mean as a public awareness? You all know that? Public awareness means awareness among the public. Now, this can come in the mind of the students, of all of you, that ma'am, you are teaching about the environment. But really, you find out that previously you will be thinking that this subject is very boring. But after learning it, you really get that the subject is really very interesting because all the aspect that you have studied about the environmental protection, about all approaches, environmental movements, about the population growth, I think is very, very, very interesting. And they are interesting also and they are very easy also. In the same way, we are discussing today's topic that is environmental communication and public awareness. Students' communication by the environment means communication related to the environment issues. Talking to others, talking with each others about the environment and creating public awareness on the environmental issues are a very, very essential for fostering a culture of sustainability and driving collective action towards environmental conservation. Understand, students? Environmental communication and public awareness means to spread public awareness for the environmental issues and to communicate with each other about the environmental issues is really very important so that we can have a sustainable environment and we can drive all the individuals' collective actions towards the environmental conservation. If every get a proper or will drive herself or himself towards environment conservation. And for this, if we want that all the individuals residing in the country, in the world, contribute together towards the environmental conservation. So it is this public awareness and environmental communication plays a very great role. Effective communication strategies can inform, can engage, and can empower the individuals and communities to take meaningful action to protect the environment. Clear, students? Means if the strategies of communication are effective, it can help the person to other individuals to inform, to engage other individuals, to provide the power to the individuals and communities so that they can take the actions which are really, really related to protect the environment. So here, in this particular lecture, we are exploring about the importance of environmental communication, its key components, its strategies for raising public awareness, and various examples of successful initiatives that have been taken. Now, what is the importance of environmental communication? Why environmental communication is so much important? Now, environmental communication is important for educating the public. Educating the public in the sense of knowledge dissemination and informed decision making. Knowledge dissemination means environmental communication helps spread knowledge about environmental issues such as climate change, biodiversity loss, pollution, and resource depletion. as you see daily in the weather reports. If you see in the news, sometimes they talk about the various environmental issues. In the newspapers also, there were the various articles in which they talked about the environmental issues, climate change, biodiversity, pollution. Some of the journalists, some of the environmentalists, some of the individuals, poets, writers, they write about, they give the facts and figures about the environmental issues. So, why they do this so? They are doing so that not to, because they are already realized about that environmental issue, but they want that what they have realized can be communicated to you all so that you all can be protective and can take necessary measures so that environment can be protected, and you will not take such measures that can be have an ill effect on the environment. An informed public can make better decisions regarding their lifestyle, their consumption pattern, and civic actions that contribute to environmental sustainability. Right, students? Because if you are well informed, you know that what is wrong for the environment, what should not be done to destroy the environment. If you want to save the environment, if you want to have a sustainable environment, if you want to have the safe planet for our future generation, if you are already informed about that, then we can make the decision regarding what we have to follow, what we have to do, what we should not do, what will be our consumption pattern, what should we eat, what should we not eat, what should be our actions, what should be our directions, what line of action we can take that can contribute to the environmental sustainability. So, an informed public, yes, you all, if I'm informed you, in this unit also, you had learned about the various concepts of the environment. You learned about the various issues related to the environment. So, informed public can make better decisions regarding their lifestyle, consumption patterns, and civic actions that can contribute to environmental sustainability. Next, importance of environmental communication means when you communicate to environment, what is the importance of that? Second importance is engaging stakeholders. When you communicate about the environment, it's involve the community. Local communities get engaged. As in the previous lecture, I have discussed you about three major issues. That is Silent Valley, Vishnoi Committee, and Chipko movement. There you have seen that how the communication and how the awareness generation leads to the success of that movement. And not even that some movements get succeed, but they have given a very, very clear and good picture to the future generation also, future approaches also. So when there is a proper communication of the environment, then it helps, it facilitates to engage local communities in environmental initiatives, which ensures their active participations and fosters a sense of ownership and responsibility. So, effective communication can influence policymakers by highlighting public concerns. Effective communication, what does? Effective communication can influence policymakers by highlighting public concerns and scientific evidence, leading to the creation of more robust environmental policies. Means if there is effective communication, it will influence the policymakers, yes. Because when you communicate, this public concern is highlighted, scientific evidence will be there, which helps the policymakers to create the more practical policies, more sustainable policy, and which can lead to have a more robust environmental policies, right? Yes, students. Because when you get aware about things, when we have a scientific evidence, when we have a public concern, then policymakers also think about that. And that will also guide them to have a more robust environmental policy. Next, behavioral change. What does happen when we have environmental communication? It leads to behavioral change. By raising awareness, environmental communication can motivate individuals to adopt environmentally friendly practices such as recycling, conserving water, reducing energy consumption, and supporting sustainable products. That I'm seeing in some of the homes who are educated and focused towards the environment. That many of the peoples, many of the students are aware about that. Don't use much electricity. Try to switch on the fan and light off only at that place only where you are sitting. Don't waste at the light. Don't waste water. Don't use that type plastic. So many of the peoples have taken out these all things in their practice, starting recycling the products, supported the sustainable products. Just this happened just because of the awareness. Yes, the destination is very much far, and it is not for the majority, it is for the minority only. That people are aware and started doing these types of practices, started planting the trees and everything. But कहते हैं ना छोटे छोटे से बूंद बूंद से ही घड़ा भर जाता है. In the same way, as a few people get aware about this thing, one day will come that every individual will be contribute towards the environmental sustainability. They start recycling the work. They start. Many of the people have seen that they start conserving the water. Even they conserve the rainwater and use it for the particular purposes. They use rainwater to store the rainwater so that they can use it in proper homes as cleanliness and everything, or they can use it anywhere. So, or they conserve water for the future also. So, things are happening. Maybe for within the minority, but things are happening. And if this awareness is raised at the high level, environmental communication will be there, then more people will be motivated and they will adopt this environmental friendly practices. This public awareness campaigns, if the campaigns will be done, it can shift social norms and behaviors, making sustainable practices more mainstream and socially acceptable. Means people start accepting socially that they will change their behavior. They adopt the things in their behavior and change their attitude towards the practices. And this comes into in their behavior to do the things that are safe for the environment. They himself didn't do anything that can harm the environment. So if there is a proper awareness, there is a public awareness from camping, it obviously change the social norms and the action and behavior of the individuals will be more directed towards the energy consumption and the sustainable environment. Next, building resilience. Communication about environmental risk and disaster can help communities prepare and respond effectively. Means if the communication is done about the environmental risk and disaster, it can help the communities so that they can be prepared. They will be more respond toward that disaster, toward that risk. As many of the persons are aware that in their area flood can come. What they do when they prepare their home, they take necessary measures so that the water didn't come inside their houses. Or make their houses just in the different areas where water didn't come. Or check out the things that can be to the coming out of the water inside their homes. But why they do so? How can they do so? When they are aware, they know how to prepare themselves. So when we communicate them about the environmental risk and disaster, then communities can prepare themselves. They can, the resilience power or the resilience power towards that risk becomes increased, and they become more adapted towards that environmental risk, and they will be more prepared and minimize loss will be there. Educating the public about climate adaptation strategies can help communities cope with the impacts of climate change. As in this summers, temperature goes to 50, 51. In the news, I'm listening that in the newspaper articles also it is coming that temperature is very much high. Prepare yourself, drink more and more water, take lemon juice, didn't go outside from the home between 12 to 5. What is all this? Why all this is happening? To educate the public so that they can adapt to this climate change, so that it will not affect their health badly. They can be more prepared, minimize loss can be there. So when we educate the public about the climate adaptation, it will help the communities to cope with the impacts of climate change. When the as there is rain, in the newspapers also, in the newspaper and the news also start coming that, and the government also, several environmentalists also give the various articles that don't drink this, take this type of food, change your food habits. And if the person read it out and are aware, is properly educated about that, then it gets less affected to their bodies. Like this is the time of COVID. Everyone was educated about the to wash their hands for the 10 seconds and to use the vegetables and fruits after washing properly. Use the mask. Don't be in the interaction with each other. Yes, so that they can adapt to the climate change. It helps the community to change, to cope up with this climate changes. So, environmental communication helps the individual and prepare the individuals towards the drawbacks. They get more prepared. They can minimize their losses. They get increase their resilience, and vulnerability can be reduced. Now, what are the key components? Students, you understand about that what are the various benefits of environmental communication? Yes, it should be communicated. So, next time when you read, just read it out or just keep in mind that you should have each and every and try to get more and more information about the environmental changes and the environmental sustainability and environmental protection, so that you can also be very much prepared and can take necessary measures. Maybe your any action is harming the environment and you didn't know. So try to have a more and more information and getting more and more awareness about these environmental issues. Now, what are the key components of environmental communication? How this environmental communication can be done? What key components should we keep in mind? The first key component of environmental communication is information. Presenting accurate and up-to-date scientific information is crucial for understanding environmental issues and their implications. What is very much important, that every information is very much scientific, is accurate. As much information is presented with the accuracy level, as much information is passed through the proper scientific approach. It have a fact, figure and everything. It's it makes more and more impact on the individuals to understand the environmental issues and their implication. Because if the person know already that the things that he have find out, the data that he have accuracy, it is all based on the scientific information updated, then the person will rely on it, try to understand it, and will cooperate in its implication. Local knowledge. Information can be from the scientific data, but information can be from the local knowledge. Local knowledge means traditional knowledge, local knowledge, things that had happened, that people are facing, people of individuals living in that area know. Because when you are communicating, if you have the local knowledge, local individuals have the more knowledge about their environment, about the things happening in the environment. traditional knowledge that individuals have, traditional aspects, traditional approaches, traditional trends that are going in the environment. As when we go to somewhere in the hill station, we ask the local individual what is happening, and we believe what they are experiencing, their share, that is right, because they are living in that area, they know better than anyone. So their information is also very much important. And if their information is mixed with the scientific information, then it can offer, obviously, it will increase, it will enhance the effectiveness of communication efforts. So, traditional and local knowledge should be incorporated for enhancing the relevance and effectiveness of communication efforts. Persuasion. Persuasion means how we can persuade others, how we can change the approaches of other individuals. Stories, images, narratives that evoke emotions can be powerful tools for raising awareness and motivating action. As you see, now at the time of Facebook, Instagram, social media, YouTube, many of the peoples, like in the previous time, we have the newspapers. Daily we get some of the images that tell the stories about the environmental protection. That by the images you get to know that how the environment is destroying. What are the drawbacks of this environmental destruction? But through this also, the individuals can be aware and can be motivated by sharing different stories, by sharing different examples, by different narratives, by different images that can take out the emotions, which are the powerful tool, yes, for raising awareness and motivating action. Credibility. Trustworthy and credible sources, including scientists, experts, community leaders, can enhance the persuasiveness of the message. Yes, because whom to trust? Is every news to be trusted? No. But when you get some message from the experts, from the scientists, from the community leaders, yes, it increases your trust. It increases your belief. You start, it motivates your action. It motivates your direction. It gives you proper guidance. And it gives weightage to the message, to the individuals. And it is floated to the large scale. So, environmental communication is very important that it is through the trustworthy individuals. It can be through the stories, images, narratives that make emotion to the other individuals so that awareness will be created. But if the sources are very trustworthy, are very credible, then the beliefs of the person will be 100%. Participation. Public should be engaged through the interactive platforms such as social media, through the Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google, anything. Community forums, many of the societies, many clubs, you can participate in workshops. As you can see, it is happening that some of the clubs, some of the societies, some of the environmental NGOs, what they do, they engage the public, aware the public about the plantation of trees, and many times engage the public to do the plantation. That is a very good approach. Why they are doing? This is also very effective. It should be done. That efforts should be done to engage more and more public through these interactive platforms, so that more and more persons can participate in the workshops. The more and more information can be passed on to more and more individuals. More and more collaborations can be there. More and more people can be united. So this should be done. Engaging the public through interactive platforms such as social media, community forums, and participatory workshops. And this will increase, foster dialogue and collaboration. Inclusive approaches. Inclusive approaches means ensuring diverse voices are heard, including marginalized and vulnerable communities, is essential for equitable environmental communication. When you ensure diverse voices, vulnerable communities, then environmental communication, it means that all the communities, it should not be there that one particular section only communicate about the environment, but environment should be done from all the diverse societies. Different individuals belong to different society should communicate about this environmental protection, because it creates more awareness, it creates more trust among the society. And when there were the various committees, vulnerable committees, when it is communicated by everyone, yes, more and more persons can be connected. More and more persons will be participated. More and more persons will come forward to take the initiatives. So ensuring diverse voices should be there. Marginalized people should be included. Vulnerable communities should be there. And it is very important for having the equitable environmental communication. Action. If we want to have the environmental protection and sustainability of the environment, a safe environment for the future generation, clear call should be given to action, providing specific, actionable steps that individuals and communities can take to address environmental issues. Means it should be give up clear instructions to the public. Everything should be made in a very clear words. Should be very specific. And the steps is like that it can be taken action, so that it becomes very clear in the mind of communities that what they have to do, what they can do. Like in the previous days when the plastic is going on, it is very clear communication from all the communities that stop using plastic. It is very specific that which type of plastic should not be used. And many people start following it. And it really helps students. When we are very specific, when the steps are actionable, individuals and communities are well aware, then they becomes more and more protected, and they can take particular steps to address environmental issues. Offering resources, tools, and support to help people implement sustainable practices. Means the things, the resources, the tools, the support that person needed to implement that practices, that should be provided. Means if we want this environment to be protected by the public, if there is a proper awareness we are creating, the approaches should all be taken, that the action that are deciding or that is very necessary, it should be implemented. And for that, necessary resources, necessary requirement should be made available, so that public can make a proper action and they can be well aware, and they are available, and all the resources are well available, so that it can be easily implemented, and they can support people to implement the sustainable practices. Now, what are the strategies for raising the public awareness? Till now, students, you are clear what I've said. I've talked about what is the importance of environmental communication. Yes, it is important. Environmental communication is important for what? Environmental communication is important for educating the public, for engaging the stakeholders, for changing the behavior of the individual, and to building a resilience path. I've told that there were the various key components of environmental communication, that is information, persuasion level, participation of the individual, action. Now, what are the strategies that can be used for raising the public awareness? What we can use? How we create public awareness? Yes, the very first and very effective measure is media campaigns. In the media campaign, it can be mass media, it can be social media. Mass media, like we can have the television, we can have the radio, newspaper, magazine, which because these all the channels reach a broad audience with environmental messages. We can use social media as I've told. We can use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, so that diverse audience can be engaged, content can be shared, more and more content can be shared online, and environmental initiatives can be promoted. So this is the really very effective media through which we can reach to the maximum of the individuals and to the mass audience through those channels, whether through television, whether through radio, whether through newspapers, whether through magazines, whether through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. The purpose is same. Purpose is that more and more individuals can be engaged, more and more content can be shared, more and more motivating content can be shared, and it can promote environmental initiatives. Next, educational programs. Educational programs can be done. School curricula means environmental education can be integrated into school curriculum so that students can be taught about sustainability from a young age. As we have included in your curriculum, students. This course is included in this for that purpose only. Because when you're learning about this, from the young age only, you are getting education and you feel like that why it is so much important to protect the environment. And after learning this subject, something goes into your mind. You will be somewhat protected towards your environment, and at least you will not do harm to the environment. So this is done for creating the awareness unto you all. It is very important to have this subject in your curriculum. Workshops can be organized, seminars can be done, webinars can be done for the different age group peoples and the different sectors of the society. This is also very effective manner, students. As workshop can be online, can be offline, seminars can be online, offline. The information can be floated to the mainly individuals. Discussions can be there. More and more persons can be included. More and more sectors of societies can be reached through this. Local events can be done. Local events, like for example, I have told you tree planting can be done, eco fair can be done, so that community can engage on environmental activities. Events can be hosted, cleanup drives can be there. Some of the NGOs do their cleanup drives. They clean up the rivers and all this. Like in our Muradabad, we have one NGO Parivartan, which do this cleanup drives every Sunday. Tree planting done by he engage many of the individuals. He do various events in the various colleges and schools so that student can be motivated and can be engaged with themselves to have that local events. With collaboration can be done with the local organization, with the businesses, with the government agencies, so that it can amplify the reach and impact of environmental initiatives. So collaboration can be done with local organization, business, government agencies, so that, as I have told you, this NGO Parivartan, they have collaborated with the government, local organizations, so that they can reach and they can give the more and more impact of environmental initiative to the individuals. They try to involve them with them various individuals. Advocacy and lobbying. Working with advocacy group to influence environmental policy. Yes, it can be done. To float more and more information, to have a more and more public awareness, that it can be done with advocacy group. Advocacy groups are those who can advocate more and more about the environmental policy. They can influence more and more rules, regulation, legislation at the local, national, international level. Because they are the advocacy group. Public support can be mobilized for campaigns so that decision makers can be pressurized to adopt sustainable policy. This can also be done. You can see in a time many of the campaigns do. I've told about these three movements in which various campaigns done so that public support can be mobilized. Petitions are done, campaigns are done so that they can adopt the sustainable policies. Sharing personal story, testimonials, in the newspapers, in the articles, in the magazines that highlight the human impact of environmental issues, create a strong connection to the individuals, or stories are showing that in the picturization, the PPTs, as you say, can say various of LEDs over on the roads. They show you the various photos, videos, infographic, documentaries that convey various complex environmental concepts in an engaging and accessible way so that the information can be floated and more people get aware about the information. Now, there were various example students for the successful environmental communication initiatives that have been taken. First, that is Climate Reality Project that is founded by former US Vice President Al Gore. This initiative aims to educate, and here I'm not providing you much and much information, I'm just giving you this for your guidance, this particular examples. You can have the names only, just few information about that. This climate related project is former US Vice President Al Gore. Initiative aimed to educate and empower individuals to action on climate change through presentation, training programs, and advocacy. Earth that is organized by World Wildlife Fund, WWF. Earth encourages individuals and organizations worldwide to turn off their light for 1 hour to raise awareness about energy conservation and climate change. They communicated that try to turn off their light in 1 hour in a day so that energy can be conserved and how this energy conservation will lead to the climate change. Greta Thunberg's School Strike for Climate movement has inspired millions of young people around the world to demand urgent action on climate change using social media and public demonstration to amplify their message. This happened, you can check it out on the Google. These are the very successful environmental communication initiatives taken by the peoples. The story of Stub project. This project uses animated videos and educational material to highlight the environmental and social impact of consumerism, promoting sustainable alternatives and lifestyle changes. You can check out these case studies, this particular projects. We will discuss in our next lectures about the various case studies of this. National Geographic Planet of Plastic campaign. This National Geographic multi-year campaign raises awareness about the global plastic pollution crisis through compelling visuals. I have told earlier also we are discussing that about this. There were the various visual storytelling, scientific reporting, which encouraged the individuals to reduce plastic use. And they were the successful also. You all are seeing that. We all having the awareness about the plastic use. Yes, we have the students. So there were the various successful examples, various of initiatives have been taken. If after learning this, somewhat you are remembering, yes, ma'am, this has happened. We have learned about that we have listened about this. But from after learning these subjects, this all things came into your mind that what is the importance of all these. This all things are happening for the purpose, for the environmental protection, for the environmental sustainability. And we all have to do these things. We all have to come forward for taking the initiatives, for doing these things in a better manner. So students, in this lecture, you heard about environmental communication and public awareness. And I hope it becomes very much clear into your mind that why it is important to communicate environment. And it will be very good if students you start talking about environment from today. You talk with your friends about the family, about your friends, about your girlfriends, boyfriends. You talk about persons. But if in a day for the 5 minutes or for the 10 minutes, you start talking about the environment, you start collecting information about the environment, you start giving your mind, you divert your mind towards the environmental protection, towards the thinking that what you can do to protect your environment and what you are doing right or wrong for the environmental protection. Then students, reality, you can change the picture of of this country. You can have the campaigns, you can take the initiative, you can come forward for this environmental protection. It is very important to have the environmental communication because it's not only educate the public, but it provides a proper awareness. It guides, it directed the individuals, it provides with the correct information, and it really keeps the organization in the country in a better sustainable development.